this is all Thunder RC's fault. This is a 30° north DTT truck converted to electric. I got it as a roller. Just got it today. I'm excited about this build video. I haven't made a video in a while, so this video is going to be all about this vehicle here. This is going to be an electric build. I've got a hobby wing system. I'm not gonna, well, I say I'm not gonna send this thing, but okay, I can't guarantee that. But I wanted just a driving vehicle. I did go with an 800 kV. I'm gonna do this build. I know people spend a lot of money on the aftermarket parts, but I'm gonna do this on the cheap. So that's the plan. Stay tuned. All right, so I gotta get my motor mounted here, and I've got a Arma 8S mount from a Creighton, so I'm going to use that. So I'm just laying it out here. I was trying to use the lines in the chassis, but it's not quite perpendicular, so it's at a little angle. But anyway, I eyeballed it. Should be good. So it's a little work, but I had this laying around, so it's free, basically. All right, so I made a sort of a base plate spacer. So now I have to bevel this to match the chassis angle. Looks good. I got a level. I got a level on the chassis, and then gotta get that thing. So I gotta build a rear mount, but I gotta drill these other holes. All right, I got this mount installed and aligned. Good alignment there with the pinion and spur. I gotta make the back support plate, and then I'm done with this. All right, update. I've got the motor installed with my braces here. I've got one more brace to install across the back of the motor. I'm just gonna brace the back so lateral movement kind of eliminates that, but this is tied down. That's a metal zip tie. Brace there, brace all the way to the center. Obviously I've used the motor mount bolt holes, made use of those, so this is a solid unit now, and that's with the Arma mount. I've got a 20 tooth on there, so we'll see how that goes. Good mesh lined up, bolted in. Had to Dremel this a little bit. Yeah, I went with the 30° north blue braces there. Yeah, this thing is anchored. I'm gonna do one more across there. Batteries are gonna go here and there. ESC is gonna go up there. So checking out the diffs, this front diff was wobbling back and forth. So I went ahead and added a shim to the left side bearing. All right, that did the job. There is some play in the diff itself and the outdrive, but you could see it's a lot better. Here's the part. It's Losi shim, and these are for the DBXL, and they fit right in, perfect. Problem solved. I've got the ESC mounted on the battery box, my thermometer connected to the motor, get me motor temps at a glance. I've got the receiver in there. I've got to organize all the wires. Got, yeah, took off the brakes. I'm going to do ESC brake. And I've kept actually put these metal plates back on there, different bolts, just to brace the center tower. I don't know if I put this in the other video, but I put a brace across here, and that's to prevent any kind of angular movement of the motor. I'm going to put one more brace in. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to brace the motor mount between this bolt opening and this. So I'm going to put a diagonal brace here, and that's going to prevent any kind of frontal impact. It'll prevent this from rocking forward. But underneath the motor, there's a piece of aluminum, I don't know if I covered that in the other video, supporting the end of that motor. and that's strapped down with some metal zip ties between two braces across the chassis. Let's see what else. I've got a tower to tower brace. I replaced this bolt. I should take it off and show it, but I replaced that bolt, put a knob in there so this slides over it. You pull this pin out, you pull this pin out, and this will come out. This is this fancy, it's got a little flex there, and I also used a softer piece of aluminum across this front brace, and I did that for a reason. If there's a pretty, if I nosedive this thing, it's so heavy. I don't want the chassis to flex too much, but I do want this to give because I don't want to bend or break off the tower from a bulkhead. That'd be a worse. So I'd rather this fail. This is a little flexible, so that's going to absorb impact. You want to absorb some of the force, and then if this will probably punch out and hopefully save a tower or a bulkhead from getting damaged. And this is going to hold a 3-cell pack, and that's to power the lighting thermometer and the fans, which are these DKKY deep dish fans. I always break those little ones. I have broken these before. If I mount them on the side, they break. Oh man, I'm out of focus here. If I mount them on the side, they break, but if I mount them on top of the motor, they're pretty good. This is coming off. I gotta take this whole apart again. I got a new diff coming because this one was fuked from the factory. I got my custom battery boxes. I make those. Still testing them out. That's blue to match. I'm going blue on here. I got EC8 connectors. I soldered on there. Back to the ESC. I spaced it up off. There's some heatsink underneath it, so I wanted a little air gap in there, and that is bolted. It should, unless this plastic cracks or breaks off, this should hold it. Got a 30-degree north servo. The specs on it were pretty good. I'm happy with it. All right, back on the table, and I've got to up my pinion. A little too slow for me. Gonna go up to whatever I can fit on there, highest I can. So I open the center diff, and it's like, this diff fluid is like water. I don't know what, look at that. I don't know what weight that is, but nope. I'm putting 20 million in there. That'll give me way more, look at that. I mean, that's a center diff. That is crazy. No wonder why the car was just spinning around. All right, so there's my center diff water coming out. And I don't know if I can get this on video. There's a lot of metal in there. And I probably should have done this right off the bat. All right, back. Day 2, 30-degree north. I got a 23 tooth pinion in there now. I put 20 million in the center diff. What else did I do? Oh, and then I got the diff, bad diff, fixed. Thank you, Fearless RC. Much appreciation. If you want one of these, go to fearlessrc.com, and obviously built as a roller or gas. You could do electric like I did, or if you're a gas engine. You can see my paint's coming off because I didn't use the right paint, so I'll have to redo that, but let's see what happens. Alright, here we go. I did a little track change here. Whoa.